Hello, beautiful beings. I just realized that, and it seems very obvious now. Let me see how much time I have. For a while now. Okay, so lockdown started. Lockdown, see, it all makes perfect sense. March 22nd was the first day of lockdown for, what's been happening. And that was my birthday. And also, I landed in a new place at that time, and I was there for about a month and a half. But really, since I landed where I am now, I say landed because in the last a little over 7 years, I have been moving around. When it's like whenever the lessons are done where I'm at, then I move on to somewhere else. Not consciously, not like, okay, now I'm going to go. It's just time to go when you graduate. So I don't need those presenters anymore in my life, so I get to move on. Here at the RV park, I haven't been able to understand this feeling that comes in. I have mentioned that it feels like the collective consciousness on the planet. But for some reason, just sitting here just now, it came into focus for me, and I can sit here in my tiny home and things have just progressively got better and better in my life over the years since I woke up with Muji. It's been incredibly hard because the ascension process can be downright terrifying at times and excruciating and isolating and, but it's also the exact opposite of that too. It's life. It feels a lot like just life, except for the ascension process, which everybody's going through now. It is productive. It's actually leading to somewhere. The ancients are saying right now that we have always been leading to somewhere. However, it feels more like we are now. Not sometimes though. It feels really close to depression what comes in. I just feel like this cloud comes in and no amount of, well, I keep going back to presence. I keep, which is that just pure undiluted blissful silence that we are. I keep going back there when I feel a cloud move in. But it has felt, and it has felt like I'm doing my time, like I'm waiting for something. And I've worked a really long time and very hard at removing any type of feeling that I'm waiting for anything. That is a really super low vibration for me. It is. It's very, very heavy. Well, it would be for anybody because waiting for anything brings me up into my head, especially the longer I wait. So it has been a waiting type vibe on the planet. Absolutely. So it will end. I know that. I absolutely know that. And now that more of my awareness is on it, instead of just feeling this feeling that comes in, it dissipates it. It makes it feel not quite so bad. I can have, well, see, and the thing that it doesn't make any sense, I wouldn't feel that way intentionally. It just comes in. When you're highly empathic, you just pick up on the energy that's going on predominantly on the planet. Or if you're talking to somebody, you can pick up on their energy, where they're at, how they're feeling. So now that I know exactly why those things have been coming in, not completely, not 100%, there's just too many different variables to just say, okay, that's it. However, having basically the whole world go through a waiting period, that makes perfect sense. That's what predominantly, that is where this feeling, it keeps coming from. Oh, it's also, the ancients just reminded me that it's also Labor Day weekend, and so when I went to work this morning, it won't give away where I live. I drove up into West Glacier National Park, to clean a vacation rental, and the line to get into the park was miles down the highway. Wow. So all summer, there have been so many people around, but now all of a sudden, because I was there last week, no problem, zipped right in, no wait at all. Well, I've been there several times this summer to clean, and never, ever, ever was there a line. But this weekend, Labor Day, yeah, it's Labor Day weekend, not Memorial? No, Labor Day weekend. I've always gotten those two mixed up for some reason, even though they're completely different holidays. So, what was my point about that? Oh, even more people, even more energy, and been a record number of people where I live. A record number because people just didn't want to feel isolated anymore. That is one of the feelings that comes in is I feel isolated. I got my dog. Yep, I got my dog and he helps so much. However, I was talking to Mom about it last night. I said, "How come I get something and then, you know, I always want more?" Well, that's life. That's life not letting us just be stagnant, because life is not stagnant. It's always changing, always moving, even though I go through periods where I don't feel like anything's happening. It can only be a matter of days also, but I'm busy at work still. I'm making awesome friends at the RV park where I live, like really good friends, and really good things happen. But I still go with the thoughts and the feelings that come in. I'm still practicing. I don't know how not to feel. Well, no, it's not a matter of trying not to feel what comes in. It's just not resisting it and being more of the observer. And so when I come back to, I only point here because this is where it feels like in my body. I bring my attention back to here, and I just keep going from person to presence, because when those feelings come in, when that heaviness comes in, that feeling of depression, isolation, I don't want to be around anybody, but I really want to have more people around me, type of feeling, when those feelings come in, it automatically brings me up into my head because I'm thinking about how I'm feeling. And along with it is like the same vibration as lower thoughts, negative thoughts about, how long it's been since I had a mate, and do I really want a mate? I don't think I do, but yeah, I really do actually. Just that kind of thing. Not incessant to where oh my gosh, I can't stop thinking about it. That doesn't happen anymore, but it's a little annoying to me because it seems like a little mental agitation. And, I don't mind mental activity. However, I am still practicing not entertaining the thoughts that come in that I used to really identify with when I was severely depressed. I am aware of those. It still is kind of sneaky because even the feeling of depression, even though I have been away from it for a long time now, when it comes in, it almost feels like an old friend and familiar in a way, to where I'm not like, oh, I see, I'm following those thoughts. It's not like that. It just takes practice. But now that I'm really, really seeing it, the practice of going from person to presence and keeping doing that, it's how I treat. It's the most major way that I treat anything that's coming through, anything that's blowing through, any type of negative feelings. I just keep doing that as my practice, and then because I am the observer, it helps me remember, I don't know if that's the right word or not, but it helps me see from my true place and release the resistance of feelings that are just automatically going to come in. I had an idea for a long time that I would get to the place where I never felt negative emotions. I don't believe that is possible, and that's okay. that is part of the life experience. This life experience on planet Earth is to feel good, feel negative, don't feel anything. Now, in all that mix, I get to feel, well, it's not really even a feeling. I get to be myself. I can access that at any moment because I am that. And I woke up to that with Muji. I've come to a place, and I'm sure so many other people have too, every human being on the planet is at a different place in their ascension. Some are exactly the same. Where I'm at in my ascension is, and I don't know what the rest looks like. So, where am I in it? I'm right here. So I'm in the place of my ascension to where even Muji, I would listen to him 6 to 8 hours a day. I did that for years. He was my life raft. Eckhart Tolle, I've been listening to him for over 10 years now, and read his books, and he has just been such an integral part of my growth, just incredibly important. I find myself not listening to either one of them anymore. I'm emerging into that hallway that used to bother me so bad when I was letting go of what I don't need anymore, but I can't see the new. I keep hearing Eckhart say to me over the last 4 or 5 days, be comfortable with not knowing. Yeah, I'm getting cozy with it. Yeah, it takes a while to get comfortable with that again, but that's our natural state of being, is seeing right here from this present moment, just watching life unfold. Of course, we will make decisions, make appointments, different things, but I really do live from the present moment. I try not to at times. I tried to go to one of my dearest friends' get-togethers last weekend. She was having a crystal, not crystalware, but crystals, essential oil party, and I had planned on going to it all week. I was excited about it, maybe even 2 weeks, and I was going with my oldest daughter. Well, pretty long story short, the day before, I started feeling like I didn't want to go. And that's my intuition. When I go from just, I catch myself having a slight smile on my face for no reason. Well, the reason is just because I feel so peaceful, because I don't have incessant mind activity going on. And I just, yes, it's just so wonderful. So then when my intuition is talking to me, the divine, the ancients, call it whatever you want, that's what's talking to me, trying to tell me something. And they help me. They help get the point across with giving me feelings. And the feeling was that I didn't want to go, but there was no reason for it. There was no logical reason. So I just brushed it off. And the next day came, I was cleaning a house, and it was so loud. The thoughts, I could not stop thinking about it. It's all I could think about. And that right there is a clue that that's my intuition. So it was down to about an hour and a half before I was supposed to go, before I was going to go up there with my oldest daughter. And I messaged both of them and said, I can't, well, my doggy sitter backed out. I'm not leaving my dog alone because I don't want to leave him alone. And also, I don't want to leave him alone in my camper because I feel like the neighbor lady really wants him. She says it every single time I see her. And she didn't like me at all before I got my dog, and now she's trying to be nice to me, and she doesn't know that I can feel her intentions. Anyway, so I had a doggy sitter for him for that night, and that fell through. So I took that as a sign also, but I still wrestled with it because I really want to support my friend, and I really wanted to be with my daughter. But I can't just trust my intuition, guidance from the divine, in situations that are easy, that feel comfortable. So it was very uncomfortable, but I did it because I know the reward for trusting my intuition. It's peace, no more turbulence. So how it unfolded was the next day I found out, and myself and Andromeda, the one that was having the party, the get together in a beautiful white teepee, we had a couple amazing conversations about it, and she said that her intuition also was telling her that I wasn't coming. So come to find out, the next day or yesterday, a couple days after the party, my oldest daughter she didn't end up going either. So we were laughing about it because I said, so was my intuition telling me I wasn't going because I actually wasn't going? Because she was my ride, and they live on this beautiful mountain, and you have to have basically a 4-wheel drive even in the summer to get up there. Ancients, I feel so much energy coming through me, and I'm talking so fast. Can you please slow me down a little bit? So, as uncomfortable as it was, the gift that we all three got was how to trust our intuition even more. And not, it's difficult because when we love other people, when I love other people, and I love other people when I love somebody, I love them with every fiber of my being. I don't know how to love any other way. So I don't want to hurt them, but I'm also not codependent anymore or a people pleaser. But there is still this, well, that's okay. It's a loving thing to be, is, concerned for hurting other people's feelings and letting them down. But codependency, I would base my decisions on that. I don't do that anymore. I take the brave way. You're not brave. You're not brave if you're codependent. You just still have a bunch of work to do. Anyway, so, where was I? I kind of bunny trailed on that one. Hi, Doozer. Hi. How are you? Oh, okay. I had to slow down a little bit. It is absolutely amazing to channel the ancients. There is so much energy coming through. It's absolutely incredible. When I first started channeling them, well, I made contact with them. I didn't realize that they were going to ever be speaking through me also. I had no idea about that. Doozer's kind of hooked up here. But when they did start coming through, man, oh man, I used to just sob because the feeling of joy, just the life force. Oh, it's just, wow, my body just couldn't handle it. And I hadn't ever experienced that before either. Doozer's biting me. I have to unhook him. Are you all tangled up here, my love? Okay, I feel like I forgot what I was saying, but I don't think I did. I think it just ended like it does. Oh, the sun shifted, and now it's burning my retinas again. Okay, I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. If you are struggling with heavy feelings that come in and you don't have any idea what to do with them, and your mind just won't stop and it's absolutely torturous, don't hesitate to reach out and talk to the ancients and myself. One conversation can shift a person's entire perspective, and things get better when our perspective is shifted, when our perception is shifted from negative to more positive, even if it's just a little positive compared to the negative. It starts the whole process of raising our vibration to our natural state. Like, our natural state of being is the absolute highest vibration we can get on the planet. That's it. Love you so much. SatsangwithmamaG@gmail.com.